Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today in this particular video, we are going to discuss how a support engineer who recently made a transition towards data science applied machine learning in his specific domain. So this particular person was also one of my subscriber. I spoke with him. I got to know a lot of things like how did he make sure that he applied some machine learning techniques in his domain. From this, you will be able to understand people from any other domain. If you really want to get into data science, if you're learning data science, always think in this way that how you are going to implement this data science techniques in your domain. Okay, so before I go ahead, please make sure that you watch this video till the end. And there is one quick announcement, guys. iNeuron is actually coming up with two more affordable courses. One is Big Data Masters, which is starting from this particular 26 June 2021. The class timing will be from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The course duration is somewhere around 4 to 5 months, and the doubt clearing session will be on 8 p.m. every Tuesday. This is what is the course fee entirely, which is again a part of the affordable education itself, so which is 3600 INR. All the recordings will be available for the lifetime and all the sessions will be live classes. Similarly, you also have this business analytics course. Again, the course is basically starting from 26 June 2021 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So if you, the doubt clearing session will be on every Wednesday. Again, the duration is somewhere around 5 months, right? And again, this is a part of affordable course itself. And all the recordings will also be available for lifetime if you're joining this course. All this information regarding the course will be given in the description of this particular video. So let's go ahead and let's try to understand how this person, how this person basically applied machine learning techniques in his domain and got a specific job. Now, I'm not just going to take this person example. Let's understand as a company. Suppose this person was initially doing some support work in iNeuron. Suppose this is the scenario, and this person is somewhere around 6 years experience. Okay, I'm just taking some as an example. And how did he apply? So over here in iNeuron, if anybody has some problems with respect to any kind of services, they usually drop a mail at a specific email ID like this: support@iNeuron.ai. Suppose this is the mail ID that usually people drop if they have any problems related to any kind of services. Okay, now what I'll do is that, guys, I hope I'll just disable my video so that you'll be able to focus on the screen. So let me just close my video quickly. Yes, let's continue. Now, when an email is basically dropped in this support@iNeuron.ai, so this mail has a lot of departments. Many departments get this specific mail, like marketing team, right? Marketing team, like sales team, right? Probably like the technical development team, technical team, right? And it can be other teams like finance team, something like this. I'm just taking some examples over here. Okay. Now what happens based on the email information, some of the team will take up the responsibility to handle the query, right? And in usually most of the times, there are also a lot of confusions. Okay, when I talk about confusion, different type of confusion will be coming that, okay, just by seeing the email body, do you think that which person will have to handle or which department needs to handle that particular query, right? This kind of confusion also comes, right? So this support engineer, they came up with a knowledge, they come up with an idea, not in iNeuron, guys. I've taken iNeuron as an example. In his company, what he told that, why not implement a machine learning solution for this, machine learning solution for this, and bring up a ticket supporting system. Okay, machine learning solution. But understand, this person was 6 years experience. Now he wants to apply, he was learning machine learning and he learned machine learning properly. He learned different types of algorithms. He learned different types of creation of end-to-end projects. Now when he wanted to bring up a machine learning solution and integrate this entire service, because this emailing service is there, how did he made it possible? So he started exploring it. I also gave him a guidance to see that just go ahead and check with AWS. So AWS, what he did was that AWS has an amazing thing which is called as inbound email trigger. Because in the first step, you always need to collect the data, right? Data collection is required, right? Data collection is required. And data collection, this person did by two techniques. One is whatever previous emails this person has actually got, and which team replied, he tried to label this kind of data, right? So labeling was done manually. It took him around 1 month time. Till the 1 month time, he was about to collect more than 1 lakh data, 100K records, which is pretty much amazing. The second thing is that For collecting the new data also, what he did is that he started putting this email trigger. Now what is this email trigger? Let's see. Now email trigger in AWS. Now what does AWS? AWS provides something called as Lambda function. Okay, I don't know whether you have used Lambda function or not, but this Lambda function, what it does is that here you can trigger. Suppose if an email is coming through a specific email ID, then you can create a trigger. This trigger may be taking up this body of the email and storing it in some kind of database. So this triggering is possible with the help of this Lambda function, and this he explored and he found out, right? Later on he told me the idea, guys. I was pretty much impressed by the idea what he has actually implemented. Okay. So in data collection, he basically used email triggered in Lambda function and started collecting data in databases. Started collecting data in databases. Now what happened after this? Labeling was also done and he was able to collect some good amount of new data also. Later on, after this, he created a model. He followed the life cycle because data collection strategy is done. After that, see what all things was done in this. When we start with a life cycle of a data science project, data collection strategy is done. Okay, so he had the data over here, data collection. Then the next step is data storing is also done. Okay, and he did not require a big data engineering team also, guys. This, when he was using this Lambda function, it was very quite simple. You know, just by seeing some basic tutorials, he was able to capture it in a kind of databases. And for that particular databases, you know, so the data was getting stored, right? So databases that was basically used was simple MongoDB. Now he has actually told that he knows how to work in MongoDB also. Okay, some amount of information with respect to MongoDB, not a very complex operation, but at least inserting and updating the records, that is more than sufficient. Crude operation, I'd say. Crude operation. Now once this was done, data was stored. Now you start the life cycle of a data science project. Life cycle of a data science project. Now what do you think in life cycle? What do we do? We start with something like feature engineering. We know our data is quite good because emails, usually people put up some information. Some of the data will be there, and before this also he did some kind of data pre-processing. Okay, cleaning the data and all, data pre-processing. And then in feature engineering, what all he did? He basically did all the steps that we usually have. Handling missing values, right? Text pre-processing, because all this data were basically text pre-processing, right? Text pre-processing, the third step, you know, in text pre-processing, what you do is that you convert a text into some kind of vectors, which is very much important. Okay, and he did not just use some simple models like bag of words or TF-IDF or something like that. He also used word-to-vec. Word-to-vec. If you don't know this particular technique, just check my playlist, guys. I've explained about this. Word-to-vec. And in the later stages, he also used deep learning by using embedding layers. Now just imagine, guys, a person who is working as a support engineer, he just got a problem statement. What all things he did, right? He was alone designing it because he wanted to show this as a POC initially to his team manager. You know, he did all these things. Yes, there are some cost involved, but understand what is the goal of this. They are trying to make this process pretty much automated without any confusions, right? So missing values, text pre-processing, he used embedding layers, he used deep learning techniques. Later on, he also used BERT and transformer, okay, because he has learned all these things from our BERT and transformer from my playlist. He also used these techniques just to do this because these are some state-of-art algorithms, right? State-of-art, SOA. State-of-art algorithms. So, and handling the category features and all, but these are mostly text data. So you don't have to do much of the category features. Everything is mainly dependent on this text pre-processing, right? Then after this, he started implementing the machine learning problem statement. ML. He started with, first of all, machine learning, different algorithms. He tried it out, you know. He also later on tried it out with deep learning part, right? Deep learning part. Perfect. Deep learning part, right? Deep learning part. Now, when he did this particular deep learning things, different techniques he learned. As I said, embedding layer. Embedding layers. I spoke about transformers, right? In transformers, you don't have to even train the model. If you want to fine tune the model, for those also I've created those videos. He just saw those videos and he started implementing things. He had the idea, guys. Just understand. Then after this, obviously once your model is good enough, once you're getting the good accuracy, he did the deployment. And for that, since this is a very small application, he simply used Flask. And he even deployed in EC2 instance. And for this also I've created a video. He created this EC2 instance. He deployed this particular entire app. Okay. And here he did just created a POC. Again, I'm not telling that this was quite scalable. You know, for creating scalable, we need to use Docker and all. Okay. But he did this particular part. That is, he deployed it in an EC2 instance and he exposed it in the form of API. And done. That was required, right? Now what happened from the next step is that any new data that was actually coming up, you know, when it is getting saved in this particular MongoDB, later on, for the new data, he started running a scheduler. This scheduler was in turn linked with Lambda function, which was actually calling this APIs that he has actually uploaded or deployed in the EC2. So this was in turn calling the EC2, which is an API. And based on the output, this was getting stored in another DB, which is just like a MongoDB, another instance. Done, guys. See this. This is for my test or new data. New data. I'll just write new data because this is very much important. New data. Now just imagine, guys, how amazing things he has actually done in this. And this entire thing he explained in the interview, whatever he has done. The manager liked the POC. I think now they are using this entire system over here. Right? What he finished, he came up with a data collection strategy. And he used AWS concepts, some of the cloud concepts, not every, some of the cloud concepts. He understood how to create a MongoDB in the AWS itself. How he can actually store the database, data in the databases. Then the life cycle of a data science project like feature engineering, machine learning and deployment. Right? And now, finally, for the new data also, what he did, he created a scheduler which ran every night, probably after collecting whatever data at 12 a.m. Okay, because usually the support team takes 24 hours to reply. Right? This is the condition in most of the companies. So this scheduler runs every night and there will be automatically triggering this APIs, and this assignment of the tickets to the proper team will happen. To the proper team, because understand, this becomes a classification problem, right? Classification problem. Very, very simple. Main thing is the classification problem. Now this is what I usually say, guys. Think of a problem statement in your domain and can use machine learning techniques to fix that. You can bring up some amazing things, right? And this is what this specific person has actually done, and because of that he was able to clear the job. I gave you an amazing example, right? I gave you a very good example. And here I've given you a situation that how a support engineer actually did. He was pretty much happy. He told that, Krish, yes, because of all the idea, all the chunks of idea which was scattered, I took it up, I combined it, and trust me, he did this entire work in 1 month, right? Not leaving his work, apart from his work parallelly, right? This is the amazing thing. That is the reason why I like that guy, and I thought of sharing this particular story with you. So I hope you like this particular video. This was how a support engineer applied machine learning in his domain. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, one and all. And please do make me just write down a comment whether you want similar kind of videos or not. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, one and all. Bye-bye.